This Saturday, the granddaddy of all high school all-star football games, the Spanos Classic, will be taking place Saturday at Mesa College. It's in its 30th year. Even with the Chargers move north, the Bolts still are providing financial support to see this game celebrate its 30th anniversary. The North versus South showdown is Saturday, as mentioned, at Mesa College. Kickoff set for 5 p.m. There are the particulars right there. Jose Martinez made that promotional video for the Alex Spanos All-Star Classic, and here's another 15-second clip that I think you'll be watching on social media. Here to talk more about Saturday's big game is the athletic director of the entire Sweetwater School District, Mr. Joe Hines. Joe, for the purpose of this interview, your title is? My title is President of the San Diego High School Sports Association, not to be confused with the San Diego Sports Association, but yeah, this is all about what we do for the high school student athletes and programs. And people like you, you're a bigwig in the high school sports community. Names like Grossman, who's on the PPR, John Carroll's on the PPR, John Shacklet, who's on the PPR, names that are near and dear to my heart, are also involved in the Sports Association. And it's your guys' cause, if you will, to keep this game. Why is this game so important to the community, even though the football team's gone? Part of our whole goal and our mission as the San Diego High School Sports Association is providing recognition for not only the student athletes of San Diego, but administrators, coaches, assistant coaches, all those folks that are throughout the section that are involved in high school athletics. So for us to continue to provide an opportunity for these kids to showcase their talent and have an end-of-season culmination event for all their hard work and efforts is for us is what our whole mission of the San Diego High School Sports Association is all about. All right, so let's just quickly review the, first of all, head coach up in the north is LCC's Sean Sovico. Widely regarded, highly acclaimed coach. He is coaching the, discuss the boundaries. How do you guys decide who qualifies for what region? So it's gotten interesting over the years, and with some more schools coming on board. Our boundaries have always been the 56 divider coming down. Those schools north of the 56 would traditionally play for the north team, along with the Imperial Valley teams. Everyone south of the 56 would be part of the south. A lot of discussion of that, and as more schools have popped up, it may be something in the future we look at to maybe revisit, but it's definitely and you do it that way because the teams have to practice, which they're doing right now. And you know, there was a consideration, make it like a draft day thing, and just to have the two coaches pick their team. But you can't have kids coming from the South Bay to practice. Right. It's difficult. It's hard to, even though that would be a cool way to do it. It would be a great way to do that, and we've discussed that, and I think, like I said, you know, we've got kids coming all the way from the Imperial Valley and participating in this contest, so it might be in the future something we look at just to, you know, have some better equity and a little more excitement in how we select those that teams. Draft deal, if you do that, we want to televise it here. Absolutely, it'd be pretty cool awesome event. All right, so we gave Sean his due. You also have another icon in the high school community coaching the South, Charles James, absolutely, San Diego High School. From the Cave, he's got the South squad, which, by the way, we're trying to find out when they practice so we can do a story on them. That's one of the challenging things is those coaches trying to mix in with soccer and other events and sports happening to be able to squeeze those practices in, because there's a small window to get those in before Saturday's game. So I'll definitely make sure you get that information here. All right, so we have the North versus South taking place. Ticket prices are $5 for kiddies and seniors. Kids and seniors, and $10 for adults. Absolutely. So there's a look at the, and that's a walk-up deal, folks. Yep, absolutely. You know, I've been here I'm going on my 22nd season here, and I look back on all the stories we've done, and the thing that I was most proud of, if you will, and I think Brandon Stone would share this with me and all the people that were involved in it, was we did a two-part 18-minute special on the making of the Alex Spanos All-Star Classic, and we took it to the limit as far as the number of cameras. We were walking around the locker room. I got to meet Alex. He was an important person in this community's history. He was absolutely, and I think, you know, there's a mixed bag still when you mention the word Chargers, with you know, kind of the perception how things went down with that, but the importance of keeping his name there, and he was just, you know, he is, and the Chargers still are a big supporter of our community and what we do, not just through CIF, but also totally sponsoring this game to put on a free, no cost event for the student athletes down here. So it's something something that's the longest, most prestigious all-star football game. Obviously, now the other games have popped up, and there's other things that are going on, which is great. It's great to have, you know, multiple opportunities for kids to get recognized. But this is the granddaddy of all all-star games, and it's important to myself and our association that we continue to promote that. Even with the help of the Chargers and what they do, we couldn't do it without them.
Right.
And it is kind of the granddaddy of all all-star games, and our goal is to continue to whatever we need to do to make sure that's at the forefront of these.
Because there's a bunch of them.
Absolutely.
And the kids are only allowed to play in 2 of them, right?
D1 kids that are D1 scholarship kids, they are allowed to play in 2. Everyone else could play in multiple, but really, if you're playing in 2 all-star games, that's a lot of football.
So the trick is, you have learned, is you can't sit around and wait to pick players at the end. You got to get players' commitment early, right?
It is, and we've really, the last few years since we've done this, we've put a lot of effort into you know, getting the best talent in San Diego and making sure that they understand, again, the tradition and history of the Spanos Classic and come be part of it. It's an awesome experience, and again, we're super excited about the teams we have this year. It's going to be a great one, Paul. Saturday, 5 o'clock.
I appreciate you spending so much time in traffic for this 5-minute interview.
It was interesting,
It means a lot. We'll see you Saturday at Mesa College. We'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego after this short but important.